Have you ever felt like you're caught in a spiral, trapped between the buzzing demands of the modern world and a quiet, aching desire for a peace that feels just out of reach? You're constantly putting out fires, the flickering heat of career uncertainty, the burning anxiety about the future, the smoldering embers of old heartbreaks. You try to find safety. You try to douse the flames, but they just keep spreading, leaving you exhausted and exposed. But what if the goal was never to extinguish the fire? What if the secret, held for over 800 years in the heart of Sufi wisdom, was to walk right through it, completely unharmed? What if your greatest fears aren't actually obstacles, but invitations to discover a faith so strong it feels unshakable? The 13th century mystic and poet, Rumi, gives us a command that sounds, frankly, a little crazy. He says, "Forget safety. Live where you fear to live. Destroy your reputation. Be notorious." This isn't a call to be reckless. It has a profound spiritual instruction to stop running from the fires in your life and instead learn how to turn them into a protective garden. Today, we're going to unlock the secret of the ancient fire allegoria, timeless guide to transforming your deepest fears into your most profound faith. To really get this, we have to travel back in time, into the pages of Rumi's masterpiece, the Masnavi. He tells a powerful story, not just about faith, but about how faith can radically alter reality itself. Imagine a kingdom run by a tyrant king who forced his people to worship a golden idol. A small group of believers, however, refused. Their faith was in God, not in gold. Furious, the king ordered a massive fire to be built, a roaring inferno so huge that no one could even get near it. His plan was to make an example of them, to throw them into the flames and prove their faith was powerless. The believers were brought before the fire. You can imagine the heat on their faces, the crowd watching in terrified silence. The king's power seemed absolute, but then something incredible happens. A mother, holding her baby, hesitates at the edge of the blaze. Her love for her child makes her fear the fire more than anything. In that moment of pure terror, a miracle unfolds. The infant speaks. From his mother's arms, the child calls out, "Don't be afraid, mother. Jump. This fire is not what it seems. By God's command, it's a cool, gentle garden. It only looks like fire to those who have no faith." Hearing this, a wave of certainty washes over the believers. One by one, they start to leap not into a torturous blaze, but into what feels to them like a paradise of roses and greenery. The tyrant and his followers only see a raging inferno eating its victims, but the believers experience nothing but mercy, safety, and a deep sense of peace. The very thing designed to destroy them becomes their sanctuary. This story isn't just an old fable. It's a spiritual map for your life. Right now, you are standing in front of your own fires. That fire is the anxiety that keeps you up at night. It is the fear of failure that paralyzes you from starting that business or finally pursuing your passion. It's the dread of heartbreak that keeps you from opening up to love again. It's the gnawing uncertainty of a world that feels more and more unstable. From the outside, these fires look terrifying and real. We spend our lives building walls to keep them out, chasing the safety that Rumi tells us to forget. But the Sufi method teaches a radical truth. The fire is an illusion, created by the ego and its fears. Faith is the ability to see past the flames to the garden on the other side. It's the deep, inner knowing that what appears to be a destructive force is actually an instrument of divine mercy, designed to purify you, not to punish you. Rumi's wisdom nails this in another famous line: "The wound is where the light enters you." In the same way, the fire is where the garden grows. Your anxiety isn't a sign that you're broken. It's a messenger calling you to trust on a deeper level. The fear of uncertainty isn't a wall, it's a gateway. The Sufi path doesn't offer an escape from the fires of life. It offers the secret to walking right through them and discovering they were a paradise in disguise all along. As the mystics say, the cure for the pain is in the pain. So, how do we start? How do we learn to take that leap? It begins with a few practical steps that retrain our spiritual vision. The first step in turning your fire into a garden is to stop pretending the fire isn't there. You have to name it. This is a practical exercise you can do today, called the fear inventory burn. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed. Now, write down every single fear that's burning in your life. Don't hold back or judge yourself. Get it all out. The big fears and the small ones. I'm afraid I'll lose my job. I'm afraid I'll never find a partner. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of getting sick. I'm afraid I'll fail my family. Fill that page with all the smoke and heat that's clouding your mind. This is the tyrant's fire, written down in ink. When you're done, read the list out loud. Hear the power you've given these thoughts. Acknowledge them. Now, hold that paper and say this affirmation. Out loud or just to yourself. This is only the appearance of fire. Behind this illusion is a garden of divine mercy. I release this illusion, then safely burn the paper. You can use a candle over a sink or a fire-safe bowl. As you watch it turn to ash, visualize those fears dissolving. See the heat transforming not into nothing, but into light. This isn't about spiritually bypassing your problems. It's a powerful, symbolic act of declaring that your fear is not the ultimate reality. It's a statement that you are choosing to see with the eyes of faith, not the eyes of your ego. Burning the list is a powerful start, but faith is a muscle. You have to build it through action. This brings us to our second key, learning to walk in the fire. This is where Rumi's called to live, where you fear to live, becomes our daily practice. This doesn't mean doing something drastic, like quitting your job tomorrow with no backup plan. It starts small. The goal is to take one small, slightly scary action every single week. Think of it as a wing check. Rumi famously asked, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" Every time you face a small fear and act anyway, you're checking to see if your wings still work. If you fear rejection, your weekly action could be pitching one dream client or just sharing an honest opinion in a meeting. If you have social anxiety, maybe you strike up a quick conversation with a stranger at a coffee shop. If you fear judgment, maybe you post a piece of your art or writing online. The outcome doesn't matter. Whether you get a yes or a no, whether the chat is brilliant or awkward, is totally irrelevant. The victory is in the act of walking toward the heat instead of away from it. After each action, take a moment to journal. Ask yourself, what fire did I just walk through? What garden did I find on the other side? Maybe the garden was a surge of self-respect. Maybe it was realizing that rejection didn't break you. Maybe it was a moment of real human connection. With these small, consistent steps, you're training yourself just like the believers in the story. You're teaching your soul that the fire isn't fatal, and you're building the courage, step by step, to eventually take that great leap when life asks you to. The final key is the most internal, and maybe the most powerful. It's the Sufi practice of polishing the heart. The Sufis believe the heart is like a mirror designed to reflect divine light, but fear, anxiety, and ego are like dust and grime that cover its surface, distorting the reflection. Rumi gives us the method for this. When he asks, if you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror be polished? The friction of life, the very anxieties that feel like a constant, uncomfortable ravinga, the tools for our own refinement. A simple way to practice this is through a meditation called Hartmir Gassin. Each day, find a few moments of silence. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes and breathe into that space. Instead of pushing your fear away, invite it in. Just as Rumi suggests in his poem, The Guest House, see the fear not as an enemy, but as a visitor. maybe even a guide sent from beyond. With your hand on your heart, gently ask the question, what mercy is hidden in this fear? Don't hunt for an answer with your mind, just hold a question in your heart and listen. Let your heart's intelligence respond in its own time. As Rumi says, as you live deeper in the heart, the mirror gets clearer. You can pair this with what's known as the love intention shift. Rumi taught that all doubt and fear shrink once the intention of life becomes love. When you feel a wave of fear, consciously shift your intention. Replace the fear thought with a thought of gratitude for the hidden mercy inside the challenge. This practice polishes the mirror of the heart, allowing it to reflect not the fire of the world, but the eternal garden within. The journey from fear to faith isn't about becoming fearless. It's about changing your relationship with fear. It's about understanding that the fires of your life, your challenges, anxieties, and uncertainties aren't random, cruel events. They are sacred invitations. They're the friction needed to polish your soul. They are the illusion of fire that veils the reality of a beautiful, protective garden. You don't need to wait for the fires to go out to find peace. Peace is found in the courage to walk through them. Faith isn't the absence of the blaze, but the trust that you will become a garden in the middle of it. The transformation you're looking for isn't out there in the world. It's in your perception. As Rumi reminds us, stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. The universe you're chasing is already inside you. The journey from fear to faith is deeply personal, but we all walk it together. Your story of courage could be the light someone else needs to find their way through the flames. In the comments below, share one fire you're learning to walk through right now. Your experience is a gift to this community. And if you feel called to continue this journey of turning ancient wisdom into modern transformation, be sure to subscribe to The Spoken Soul and join our community. There's so much more to discover together.